Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences, raw conversation, one destination for it all. E360 TV.
It's Friday. Yay. Where is it? I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I am beginning to love Fridays more and more and more, especially since it's starting to finally warm up here in Chicagoland. It is a beautiful day in our neighborhood. How are things shaping up in your neck of the woods? I don't care if it's raining, snowing, whatever. I'm just glad that we are here together because you know what? It's always full of sunshine inside of the space we hold for each other. Can I get an amen? Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Of course, I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. And as I always tell you, and I mean it, I really do, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the universe except perhaps Fiji, setting an intention, than here with you all right now. What a week we've had. We've had some wonderful guests this week, and today is no exception. And before we get our guest in here, I just want to, I want to say happy 1-year anniversary to my good friend, Safer Suggs, and his beautiful daughter, Faith. They are the host of Faith, Family, and Focus right here on the E360 TV network. And Safer is a previous, in the past, yesteryear New York Jets player and one of the most wonderful men I've ever met. He is just a true gem, and their show is fantastic. So if you haven't already, get over, download the E360 television app and check out Faith, Family, and Focus with Faith and Safer Suggs. Okay, happy anniversary, you guys. So glad you're part of this family. So big plans for the weekend, just real quick. I'm going to I am going to bringing home a new baby. this weekend. That's right. The nursery is ready. It's a grill. I am going to get a brand new grill. And I just, oh my goodness, I've had a picture that I cut out 4 years ago, stuck to the side of the refrigerator, hint, hint to you know who, about this grill. So I'm going to bring one home. I will not be fostering. I am adopting. And I'm really excited about that because the one I have now, Lord, I did everything but tape it together. So excited about that. And it's fertilizer weekend, so got to get that done. And that's about it for me getting ready to head out to DC in just a couple weeks. So excited. Going to hook up with celebrity photographer Virginia Rose. We've got a cover shoot for the cover of Shift magazine. And I found out yesterday we're all going to head over, and I'm hanging out with a lot of my veteran friends, the Triple Nickel family, just tons of people that I've done media work for, you know, commercials and whatnot. And they're all going to be in Virginia for a big veteran-owned business thing at one of the bases there. And we get to go and spend some time with them. So God is good all the time, man. That's right, all the time. God is good. So anyway, you know, I usually at this point start rattling off the bio, but I'm not gonna. I got something that our guest sent today that I think you're gonna love to see. But before that happens, let me explain to you a couple things. This is the bell of purpose. When you hear it ring, it means that it's your opportunity to become a part of something greater than yourself. When we come together, we fulfill the promise of where two or more wonderful things will happen. And so that means that something that our guest has said, a comment maybe one of you has posted, or maybe even in one of my feeble senior moments, I have said something that's worthy of a second look, if you know what I mean. So when you hear the bell, also share the broadcast, invite someone. Don't keep all this ooey gooey chewy goodness to yourself. Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Can I get an amen? There we go. Also at this point, because she's under contract, help me welcome to the show my sidekick. This is my version of Ed McMahon, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. And we today are on, we changed. We're not on Breakfast Blend. We're finishing out the week with, are you ready? Wait a minute. Senior moment. Something caramel. Caramel. We'll call it caramel. It's another word. I don't know, but it's good. So what's in your cup today, huh? Let me know. Green tea, smoothie. So here he is, Eric ZULEY. Easy Way. I know you've heard that. There's like, I don't know, 60 or 70 brands that say Easy Way. At least it seems that way. There's so much. This guy has done just about everything, but I have a feeling he's still got more to accomplish. And we're going to find out what those goals are and more in just a bit here. So why don't I share the screen with you guys? You know, I am not the techiest of people, but I think I can pull this. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, take a look, you guys.
Eric ZULEY is an award-winning multimedia mogul, brand authority, visibility expert who knows how to create an influence effect around individuals and their businesses. Mr. ZULEY owns Easy Way Network, a media network powering their own radio, magazine, and TV network housing 10 channels, airing 30 shows with potential reach of 320 million homes and mobile phones. He has been able to work affiliate marketing deals with over 120 affiliates, TV distribution deals with over 200 channels. He owns his own channel with over 18 sub-channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. He has over 500 events under his belt as a producer and host. He has hosted his own show, The Easy Show, and Easy Talk Live. He started out with one YouTube channel, which today has over 13,500,000 views and 8,000 subscribers. He is the creator of the globally known brand with thousands of celebrity and business influencer endorsements. As an authority in California, he has been given the Robert Novak Award, signed off and endorsed by Congressman Brad Sherman and Congresswoman Judy Chu. Eric was one of the first people to start using his cell phone as a producer's tool to create content, which he uploaded to his YouTube channel, What You Need TV, with close to 14 million viewers and hundreds of A-list celebrities. Eric has produced over 450 success events and raised millions for charity nonprofits.
Okay, well, there you go. What do you guys think of that, right? Pretty darn impressive, if I say so myself. So at this point, you know how we do it, but let me just remind you, let's not lose our manners. Put your heart into it. Put your hearts on the screen. Send some light, some love, even a laughter or two. And let's get Eric ZULEY in here and get this party started. Guess what? Oh, here he comes. Howdy ho.
Hey, what's going on, Lauren?
No. Oh, are you in the film industry? I see a bed back there. Is there a part of the Easy Way brand we don't know about? I'm kidding. You're in a hotel. You're on a staycation, kind of.
Well, I did this special for you, man. You said that this show is called Bathrobe Moments, so I'm wearing my bathrobe and I'm actually in the hotel and actually taking some me time. Believe it or not, it's been about 20 years since I've done that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had a vacation.
Oh my God. So your last vacation, you were what, 5, 6?
Maybe not that long. Maybe I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it's been, I'd say, a good 10 years since.
How old are you, Eric?
I'm 39. I just turned 39 last March.
39, just a young buck. You've done quite enough. Give us some backstory. We saw the promo and there's just so much in there. But what about Eric? I can't say little Eric because you're about what, 8 feet tall?
6'3".
Is that all? You look like you're 6'6" or taller.
Well, the camera adds a couple inches, I think.
I wish it doesn't for me. That's some bull. Anyway, yeah, it adds a couple something. And when it's me, it's pounds. So
yeah, I got to tell you too, man. I'm loving the bell. I'm loving the touch. And I always tell people, when you're doing a stream, it's not about the stream, it's about how you produce the stream. And so it actually helps to help you want to follow the show. Shout out to all my Easy Way family out there that's watching that probably isn't used to getting up this early, but thanks for watching, guys.
Well, that just means you need more Easy Way family on our side of the country where it's already bright and sunny, 8:12 in the morning. But thank you for getting up, because usually, people on the West Coast, most of them, well, I was going to say divas, but some are like, what? Right. I had this drag queen once on here named Heclina, and she's a big. And she was like, excuse me, did you say 6 a.m.? I don't think so. So we had to do a special night version for her. Right. So anyway, I get it. I get up. What time do you get up every day? Because you got so many things. I love to hear how people that are, I call you guys overachievers, but some people call me that. And I feel like I'm a slacker. But I get up at 4:44 every morning. That's my angel number. I like to see that number first thing in the morning. What time do you get up? And tell us how you start your day. What's your grounding process?
Well, to be completely, I get up, it could be anywhere from 5 in the morning sometimes, depending if I have to have a meeting or something like this. I'm used to doing that. And then, typically I like to get up around 8 or 9 in a perfect world, but you got to start early when people are on different time zones. As far as, who I am and my day to day when I wake up, to be honest with you, I got to get a little bit better in my routine, because my day is phone, wake up, grab phone, start working. I gotta find that time to take a shower and have breakfast. And actually, I've been actually talking to my girl and so many other friends that I got to start getting that balance in my life, and I might be very successful business wise, but not so much personal. I got to get that balance a little bit better. But I get on the phone and I have, 50 something people that work for me in the company. So I just kind of like make sure all the mechanisms are working. We have about 218 clients that we have to, I shouldn't say have to, we choose and are happy to deal with. But it's a lot of management, and we have 40 shows and 218 clients. So, I do need to work on the balance a little bit, I'll be honest.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because that's an important thing. I think we can all benefit for a little chit chat about that. I'm always being accused of, and it happened yesterday. Oh my goodness. My husband, Brian, psychotherapist, I should have known, but I knew it had to either be a plastic surgeon or a therapist, because I was going to need both. So I got the therapist. I still got to find the plastic surgeon. That's what's going to happen when I find that. I'm kidding.
I'm not careful of that, man.
I ain't doing that. I'm scared of needles. How in the world? No. No, thank you, sir. No. So, but I'm always being accused of, being so task oriented, if you will, always doing multiple things. And yesterday, again, it backfired on me. I took our COVID cards. We're finally completely vaccinated. I had the 1 shot. Brian had the 2, got his other one this week. So I was taking the cards to Walgreens to get them laminated. Answering a text, put my wallet on top of the car, took off. Luckily, one of the gardeners in our cul-de-sac saw it fly off the car in the middle of the street and ran out there and got it and pulled my license and brought it to the house about an hour later. But that hour it was missing, you should have seen. I was like, I thought we had a poltergeist because I was like, I know. I just had it because I was like, well, let me guard these with my life. And then I lost them. Thank God when he brought them back, I had a picture of mine on the phone. Brian didn't. But the card that was still stuck in the wallet was his. So all is well. God is good. God is good. But I mean, that's the kind of thing, you know, I can do stuff and it bothers me because I'm like, I don't remember putting that up there. At 59 nearly, July 4th, I'll be 59. I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wander off and, what's your name, sir? Where do you live? Huh? You know. So anyway, but I take a play from your dad's playbook. I want to be like him when I grow up because he just keeps it moving. You know what I'm saying? So where is he today, by the way?
Probably sleeping.
Probably sleeping.
But no, he's in Orange County and where we are at, and you know, he's probably either in church or sleeping. He's a very big man of God.
Is he? Well, maybe that's why I'm a super fan. Because I'm a super fan. Every time I see his face come across the screen, I check it out to see what's going on with him.
Well, you know, if I may tell a little bit of a God story for those, just a little inspiring, you know, tale. My dad almost died twice now of lymphoma cancer, and it was a pretty horrific, you know, diagnosis. And faith, you know, I heard you mention faith and family moments, and you know, shout outs to Aaron, by the way, too. I kind of started with him before he was starting 360 TV.
Oh, Aaron Hymas?
Yeah. I met with him when he was starting this whole empire.
I love Aaron.
And so, you know, my dad, after all the worst diagnosis and the worst situations you could go through, my dad just kept his faith and you know, he got through it. And after putting I don't know if it's called a fibrillator, but it's something that's similar to that, like that's near your heart when you're dealing with a lot of chemo and radiation. Yeah. I'm just mentioning that because it got pretty serious. You know, but he's still okay. He's still good. And I thank the Lord every day that I still have him.
Amen. Amen. I know that's right. What a blessing. So Eric, before the E and the Z found their way to the way, I know, I like that, kind of clever. Tell us what Eric, just plain old Eric, before there was an easy way connector, what was it you were doing and where did you think you were going to end up in life?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I was always a people person. I mean, going back really when I was a kid and grade school, I was like just a people person. I had kickbacks in my house and I played the saxophone, the alto saxophone. I was, and just always around people. And I just always, you know, with me, Lauren, I always, you know, I always wanted to know, I hate that, you know, you know, when you have like an itch in your eye and you're like, okay, do I scratch it? I'm on TV right now. Okay. Or should I just be annoyed the whole time? I choose not to be annoyed the whole time. So
right.
You know, I mean, just being able to be around people. And I've always had this thing that I just want to know what makes people tick and how I can help them. And before I even got into the business, that's what I would always think. And so I just turned that into a business, you know, in between God and the gifts that he gave me and then being a people person, I've turned it into a pretty awesome people person business at this point, I think.
Of course, clearly. So what was the do you remember when Easy Way was when God lifted the entree globe, that silver thing, you know, like they do in big palaces and stuff, and lifted off and there it was. What was that process like? What did you think this was going to be? What were you hoping it would be? And now, because I know you didn't see all of this right at the beginning, it kind of grows.
Well, I remember that day 15 years ago when I told my dad. I mean, I was always a fan of Dick Clark, to be honest with you.
Love it.
And you know, Dick Clark was very successful in productions, you know, hence Dick Clark Productions. And that was always one of the people that I strive to be and be like. And so I remember telling my dad, I said, I'm going to be bigger than Dick Clark. I remember that statement. I remember just, you know, Viacom was another one. And that was kind of the path that I knew I wanted to go down in the beginning. And so I just did, you know, everything that it took to get to that dream, that goal, that vision. And I started out from driving from Orange County to Hollywood. And I started out with a microphone, just like you guys see right here. And I'll tell you, the power of the microphone is a life changer. And when you learn to monetize the microphone, especially now in the COVID craziness, you got to learn to make business happen and money happen, you know, on screen and with the microphone. That's why you see everybody doing that. And so anyway, I just took a microphone and found a camera person and just started a YouTube channel that kind of kept track of my life. In fact, telling a little bit of my story, I started out in music. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, but I was a music producer, rapper, freestyler, did a lot of shows in Orange County, did a lot of promotion and stuff.
Oh, so that's where you learned to bust that move.
Yeah. And I danced, and now, you know, now I'm a professional host, and I do that for a living. I rap and I dance, and I get on camera, I teach, I coach people on how to make money in front of the camera and do it the easy way, do it a little bit different than other people, better than the hard way. But yeah, so I produced music and I did all this great stuff. And then when I had a nice studio in Orange County, and a lot of people would come into the studio, and what I did, and this is a little piece of advice, guys, look at your business competitors and always go 50% less than them, even if it might be hard as heck for you to be able to manage that type of way of managing money. That's what I did. I went 50. So like there was other studios in the area that would charge $150 an hour. So I would go down to $100 an hour. You know, if they went down to 79, I'd go down to, you know, whatever the half of 79 would be. If they went to 150, whatever. And so I just met people as I was doing that. So I met this gentleman. He was a producer. And he was a TV producer, and he had this girl group, and we produced some cool tracks together and make some things happen. And then I met this other gentleman. His name was Epidemic. The other guy was Maurice. And I ended up just getting these opportunities. And then one day I got this opportunity to perform at the Garden Grove International, our Garden Grove Hyatt. And it was in Anaheim. And I ended up meeting, good morning, Mia, how you doing? I ended up meeting this publicist because so let me tell you this, when you have an opportunity to get an opportunity, when you have an opportunity to find that brick that can build your castle, make sure that you make it a golden brick. Get that opportunity. You know, so what I mean by that is I invested, I spent money, I knew it would be a good opportunity, and so I got a limousine, you know, beautiful models to wear my clothes. You know, I had a promotions company at the time. I showed up in the suit and I showed up properly. And that was really the moment that really gave me the opportunity to get to that next golden brick, that next brick to build my castle. I call them, you know, stepping bricks. Okay. And so when I performed and I did my thing, naturally being who I am, I grabbed attention. I found people. So anyway, I met a publicist. This publicist just loved my routine and loved my charisma. And she's like, oh my God, I love what I saw on stage. And she handed me her card. And she's like, I want you to come down to Hollywood. I'm a publicist in Hollywood. And at the time I was working at Comp USA, and I was, you know, just sales. I was in sales retail. I was, you know, going to high school, and I went to Saddleback College and just living a normal life. But I just, you know, wanted to follow my dreams and goals. And so she called me one day and she's like, hey, you know, come down. I want to introduce you to somebody. Come down to this event. So I was working at Comp USA at the time. I was doing my 9 to 5, and I knew it was an opportunity. You know what I mean? I knew that was an opportunity for me. And I'm like, okay, I had to choose. Do I keep doing my 9 to 5, or do I follow my dreams? You know, do I take a chance on getting fired? And I took a chance, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity. So I went down there. I mean, come on, a publicist from Hollywood, who knows what can happen? And so I get down there, and sure enough, it's a really cool Hollywood experience. You know, a lot of paparazzi, and there's the camera guy with a microphone, and it's this whole set, and she doesn't even tell me what it is. And it's really interesting, Lauren, because going back to my original story about the studio and that producer, that same producer was the producer that was in my studio that was there at the time. And so he had this guy named J Star that had a microphone, and they were interviewing and having fun and stuff. And I'll tell you, man, that was the day. That was it. I got bit by the bug. I needed to follow that path. And I knew that God had a path for me. God had a plan for me. And that's why I chose to leave that 9 to 5 to go to that situation. And so anyway, I go up to the producer and I say hello to the publicist, and I'm looking around at all this fancy stuff, and I'm like, dude, can I do that? Can I grab the microphone? Like, like when you're doing like a open mic, and you're like, you want to get the microphone, you want to show your stuff. That's kind of what it was like. And so I, asked him, hey, what do I need to do to do that? I want to interview people like that. That's cool. And he looks at me and he's like, you need to be a people person, and I'm like, okay, I need to be a people person. And he's like, so show me you're a people person. And he walks away. And so I go around the room, and I'm just networking my butt off and just doing my thing and being my charisma self. And I get like 50 something cards, Lauren. I go back over to him and I'm like, is this people person enough for you? And I handed him the cards, and that was like my audition. And then he that was it. He called me up, and 2 months later, I'm at the Bonner Gold International Trade Show with Morris Day and the Time, and all these cameras around, and I had my opportunity. But I'll tell you, the story doesn't stop there. When I had my opportunity, and this is a good example, guys, of always be yourself, always do you. Don't get straight up.
There's a good one.
Right. Don't get knocked off your path. So I had a script and all this stuff that they handed me and all these things that they wanted me to do. And I said, hey, I mean, this isn't going to show you who I am. I'm not going to really do what I normally do. Do you mind if I just do it the easy way? I mean, at the time, easy way wasn't born yet, but that's what I meant. Right. And so the lady that was the assistant was like, no, you got to do this. And I said, go get Maurice, go get that person that, that wants me to do this. And so anyway, he comes, he's like, oh, you got to do it. It was the Hollywood rules, and there's a way that everybody does it. I said, you know what? This isn't me. I'm not going to be able to do what I know I can do if you're going to hold me down and make me do all that. And so I was ready, Lauren. I was ready to just not do my opportunity. And they're like, okay, it's your funeral, and you want to do it that way. And I said, look, just tell me what I need to say. That's it. Just tell me, like, what's the format? What's the the path you want me to go down. And so anyway, I killed it. And then moving forward from there, I went to, I met these other producers and hosts. I went to American Radio Network, and I studied there. I actually got certified. I got an award there. And then I just kept building a promotions company, PR company, social media, and built the websites. We built websites and apps and this, and just kept growing and just kept networking and kept affiliating. But kept making it a win-win as I did that. Okay. Down my path. But that's how it all began.
Well, that makes perfect sense. And here's what I want to touch on. We're going to go to a brief break here. But when we come back, I'd like to talk about the process itself. When you have multiple brand limbs, if you will, arms to the brand. I have 7 and you have about 17. And the thing is, I'm a person who, a lot of people have the mindset, well, let me make this one as perfect as possible. And then I'm going to go to this one. And then I'm going to go to this one. Wherein I kind of use the attitude or the process of each thing as a different card, like I'm playing a game, a card game. And even if I have one card, I keep them all coming, so that no matter what I'm sitting across from that day in life, whatever game it says we're playing, high card or gin, I have something to play with. And, it just works for me. I'd like to get your take for those people out there are like, well, how do I grow my brand into multiple streams of income? And when do you know the time is right for that? So you guys, when we come back with Eric ZULEY, we're going to get into that and much, much more. Don't go away. This is a great time to share out the broadcast. I'm counting on you. Let's do it.
Share, guys.
Share it. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Ooh.
Don't think it has changed my perspective on life. maybe I formed my transcendental self in there. You know, the transcendent, the naturalists, those people.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris. We're in the midst of today's Friday episode of Bathrobe Moments, where my guest is Eric ZULEY of the Easy Way Empire. Before we get back with our guest, I want to say hats off, thank you from the bottom of my heart to my sponsor for today, Crystal M. Miller of Swinging Fun by Crystal. Those swings she makes, they grow with your little one, and they're 100% safe, and nothing but great responses from the viewers out there. Those of you who are, a couple are watching now that have purchased these swings. So get over and check out Swinging Fun by Crystal at swingingfunbycrystal.com. Eric ZULEY's back. Eric, before break, I kind of hinted that I wanted to talk about what your insight would be for those people who have one or two things going as far as brand arms and income streams that would like to know, is there a process? Is there a book you go to? How do you know when it's the right time to grow, expand, and just keep adding to what you already have?
Well, I mean, speaking of that, Lauren, I want to shout out Natasha and Tina and Ava, who's watching right now, that's actually trying to get into your group so they can comment. They've been messaging me.
Well, if they go to Bathrobe Moments page, we can see it. But I see it on the other ones. It just says Facebook user, though.
Well, if you guys are watching right now, go to the Bathrobe Moments group page and
just the Bathrobe Moments TV show page.
Yeah, and so and to your sponsor, we have Busy Moms TV, so we'll have to definitely hook them up.
Oh, there you go.
So as far as branding goes and people, I mean, first and foremost, the biggest thing that you guys need to do is what I'm doing right now. If you notice during the show, I'm being very engaging to anybody that I see. Engagement is progress and is success. I would say, you know, you can be motivational, you can have faith, morals, and ethics, you can have everything, but you know, without him, it's a waste of time. So that's the second thing, is faith. I believe.
I agree.
As far as business side of things, branding starts with the identity. It starts with the image. It starts with the way people are going to perceive what you're looking at. So like, for instance, if you look at my hat, you see there's, it's very simple. It's not confusing. There's one thing that you see. So simplicity is key in branding.
Agreed.
So if you look at the way that this is designed, you see the small e and then the big Z, that actually creates a statement. So when you're doing a brand, you don't want to just do a logo. You want to do something that actually means something. There's something that people want to research to find out. And so what we do is we elevate people. We help them to go to a higher position. So you got the little e and the big Z, that represents elevation. It represents going higher. You got the broadcast symbol. The broadcast symbol right here is you know, Easy Way Broadcasting. That's our incorporation, and we put things out there. So, you know, then you have the branches and stuff. But I'm gonna go back to the branding side of things too.
Okay.
I want to help you guys. The color scheme is really important. There's Tina. Hey, Tina, good morning. And so the color scheme, the colors that you use, hey, Bradley, how you doing? It's part of, what's up, Natasha? It's part of NLP. It's part of it's very important, the colors that you use. Like blue is a trust color. Gold I use to represent God personally. Red is a power color, and my recommend to you guys is, before you start a brand, do your research. Get on the internet and make sure that you know what you're doing. You're not just getting in a driver's seat when you don't know how to drive a stick, because what happens if you try to, move that stick around and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to mess up the transition, which messes up the whole car. Well, branding's the same thing. If you brand incorrectly, you're not going to make money. Branding is the key heartbeat to the body that you're building. And then once you build that body, you got to condition the body. You got to have the right nutrition. You got to make sure you're exercising. You got to make sure you're not like me and you don't look at your phone when you wake up. And so branding is the same thing. If you're going to do it right. So you find a coach. I know what I'm doing. If you guys need any help when it comes to that, and then once you create the brand and the logo, the look and the feel, then you got to take that brand, logo, look and feel and think about what platforms is that brand, logo, look and feel going to go on. Websites, blogs, shows, streaming situations, your business map. You want to map out and have your vision board of what you want to do. And then once you have that platform, you need those vehicles, you need those affiliates, you need those relationships. So I always say it goes branding first, platform second, relationships third. And then fourth is, how do you monetize? Well, like I said, the microphone is one of the best ways to do it. And so I make sure that things are produced right. So I feel that producing is a really big part of the monetization, the actually making money piece. And when you have the opportunity, Lauren, to actually create content like this, you want to make sure it's professional looking, like your show is. You want to make sure that you have production that lets people follow something, not just like you're all over the place. You got to let people follow a path. And so those are the four things I would suggest in branding and, having success as far as small business and building your business.
I agree. And one of the things I always share with people that I believe to be true is that, with all of that, it's very important that we pour some grout of purpose inside of ourselves, that personal development piece, and constantly seeking the ER, how to take what is already great and just make it greater. See, I think a lot of people mistakenly get up every day thinking that they have to write this version of their story today using all 26 letters of the alphabet. We don't. Have you not done something already that is worthwhile and holds value in this world? If so, reach for that first every day. And then just look, you don't need those other 24 letters. Just take the E and the R. Take great to greater, take bright to brighter, take strong to stronger. And so I just feel that sometimes we make it a little more difficult than it has to be, but you got to have something that you believe in, something other than yourself. So personal development. So do you have any kind of grounding techniques? Some people get up and run. Some people listen to meditative music. Some people read. Some people pray. What do you do to get yourself? That's how this show came about. I asked God, I said, I need something as early in the day after the health club as possible to help the trajectory of my purpose each day. Because I was the kind of guy, I'd get up, it'd start good, but let 10 o'clock roll around and I'd stub my pinky toe or something. I'm hopping around, cussing, and now I'm going to the left, I'm going south, I'm going everywhere, but in the direction I should be. And so this is what I asked for, and here we are 5 years later. So what do you do to get up and get out there, pull that 5 pounds of pressure it takes to pull the trigger on your goals each and every day?
Well, I do a couple things. These are great questions, by the way. I do a couple things. Well, first and foremost, I make sure that my social media is always, not just social media, but social media, my blogs, websites, everything that we're doing. I make sure that all of that is really kept up to date and consistent. Consistency is key. You gotta have, like you said, your show. Well, your show is consistent. That's why it builds an audience. if I may, I'd love to share the screen. I'll show you guys a platform that we use, that we have a lot of our EasyWay family on, and it's called the EasyWay Wall of Fame. As you see right there below me, it says easywaywall.com.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tool that we created because, to be honest with you, Lauren, I didn't want to pull my hair out of my head anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God, I wish you'd have told me that like 35 years ago. Thanks a lot.
I still got some hair, but
I
yeah,
got some too. I got some.
There's a couple little bald spots now.
Well, okay. I won't pull out my weave. I'll leave my weave in there for today. Go ahead.
Well, you know, so we built this thing called the EasyWay Wall of Fame, and I don't know. Can you let me? You got to actually click on the screen if you want to let me pull the.
What
screen
do I have to do? No one's ever asked me that before.
Next to you, there's a little screen there, over there at the bottom under your your show.
Oh yeah.
There you go. All right, perfect. Ooh. So now I created this Wall of Fame. Now there, you just learned something. Now you can enhance your show.
I did.
So I created the Wall of Fame, which is, it's like a social network for heartpreneur. I say heartpreneurs, but I guess somebody else owns that now, so I gotta be careful talking about that. But people that have hearts, that are entrepreneurs, and people that are speakers and authors, and just, they have a message. They have a message, and like you said, purpose. I do a thing on my show called Pitch Your Purpose, and this is a platform to help you pitch your purpose. This is a platform to help you get out there. And any of my EasyWay family that's out there right now watching, that's they're part of probably on this Wall of Fame. So anybody that's part of, remember I said engagement before is so important. Engagement is really, really important. So what we did was we created a really interesting vehicle that helps you to engage. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Oh, you like it? Yeah, Chris.
I love Chris. Yeah.
So and we got to get you on here, Lauren. There's a lot of people that you know and love. In fact, a lot of our friends are on here. You know, Sharon Tucker's on here.
Sharon.
And I mean, we created Frank Shankwitz's a profile before he passed away. God rest his soul. God bless him.
I have his name on the paper. I was going to ask you about that.
And so Frank is like a dad to me. He taught me a lot. He helped me a lot. And so I just feel like I want to give back when people help me. And so I created this vehicle. You know, a lot of people take, but they don't really give back. You know, like if you're doing a show, yeah, you know, if you're doing a show, then you need to promote that show. You need to give people love. You need to share it. You need to, you know, because they're giving you love. They're bringing you on their show, and people really don't know what goes into doing a real show like you have. You know, and so anyway, I'm just showing you guys an idea of what you get on the wall. There's a whole bunch of great stuff. This is one of our trainers. So obviously her wall, she's got her comments and her people. You see, I mean, she's got 817 views. So, you know, every single one of these situations, nice. You know, they all have their own ability to promote them. And so what I learned, Lauren, is, you asked me, you know, what tools do I use? What vehicles do I use? Anything that can make everybody else better.
Right.
What I do.
Okay. Here we go.
We have a group called EasyWay Fam Club. And I look at my fans, my supporters, as family. So we called it EasyWay Family.
Well, here's what I want to go to next. Let me jump in right there, because I want to hit this, because this is a big deal to me. Big deal to me. Because I had a bad experience when I first started. It wasn't bad, because the power of we came from it. So I'll just put it this way. But I want people to know about the internal instinct, intuition, because, you know, not all money is good money. Not all that glitters is gold. And you got to trust yourself about those opportunities. A lot of people, the person that wrote the book, and now all they do is run around going to lunch and standing up, introducing themselves. Here's my book. And then they have boxes of them in their basement, in their attic, and they feel like that book is going to take me to the top, when it's really just a positioning piece. So a lot of people feel like when they come, say, for instance, to the EasyWay Wall of Fame, ooh, Eric's going to put me on the Wall of Fame, and then Oprah's going to discover me, and there it'll be. They think that one thing, that's why I use the keep the cards in my hand mentality. I believe it's like this. Like you said, consistency. So it's about throwing bobbers. We're instructed. I don't network. I work my net, because God told me to be a fisher of men. He didn't say nothing about a fisher of coins. So I throw, hi, good morning. I throw a bobber into the same body of water and I put a bell on it. So when something takes it under, oh, got something. Let me go over here. But a lot of people sit back and think, okay, this is it. That's all I got to do. Got to wait for somebody to discover me like they're Lana Turner, sitting at the soda fountain, back in 1938 or something. Talk about what you help people do, even within all of the Easy Way brands. How do you, when they come in, do you say, let's start with the Easy Way wall? And then, you know what, so-and-so, we've been watching you. You might want to take a look at the Easy Way this or the Easy Way that, or maybe an outside opportunity. How do you help people know, like find that compass, if you will, that leads them to what is next? Because sometimes people want stuff they're not ready for, and sometimes people don't take advantage of things they've been ready for. So,
well, like I said before, it's all about how you can make everybody else better. And so one of the things that we do is we do it with the client, but we make sure the client is positioned to be better, and that's through the affiliate side of things. You'll notice that I mention a lot of things when it's called product placement. Every single time I do a show or anything I do, I try to show them on screen, or I try to talk about what they do. And so we have some companies that we've partnered up with, that we've affiliated with, that we've created a revenue share model in some possible ways, which, I don't do everything myself, Lauren. I have a lot of amazing team that we work with. So we have a company called Alemio Solutions that does the web side of things, that does the app side of things, the tech. We have a company called Automate You that does the automation, the flows, the funnels, the intake forms, the proposals. Our whole process is automated, from the proposal all the way to the contract, and then the follow-up, and then they go into the wall and they create a free account. They do their profile. They get the results. They post on the wall just like you would Facebook and stuff. You meet people, you get notification, things start happening. Anybody that's in my Easy Way family knows this model. And then it moves you into television. You want to do a show just like this? We provide that for you. We actually have a network with 7 to probably 10 at this point. We're waiting on a couple contracts, but almost 10 networks. They reach us up to 318 million homes. We have a distributor that has 318 million homes on national television. And we have shows, almost 40 something shows. In fact, a lot of people on here right now either have a show already that just are distributed by our network, or want to learn to create their own show. And like I said, you need to go along with the transition. When you mentioned I don't do coins, I do dollars. Well, you better start doing coins. You better start doing digital coins, digital currency. Moving forward, you got to follow the transition of where the technology, where the new age, where the world's going to go. And if you don't, your competitor that's doing that before you is going to win.
And I want to throw something in here. Sorry to butt in, but
it's your show. By the way,
I was getting ready to say it, but I heard some say, Lauren, don't you open your mouth. So anyway, thank you. It told you to say it. Thank you. So anyway, what I want to say is this, you guys, don't get it twisted. Because of course, I'm with this E360 network. We have our analytics and our numbers of the endpoints and all that too. However, it is not a guarantee that all those people are going to be interested in what you have to say. Here's why I'm saying that. Before you pull the trigger on that sort of a thing, check the label on all of your content. I don't care if you had 1 million people automatically forced to watch you. It doesn't mean they're going to digest your content if you push what I call the equivalent, I call it 0-calorie content, a plate of styrofoam across the table. If you try to give people something you haven't eaten yourself, it's never going to work. So again, you have to start and make sure, that's what is so beautiful about purpose. Because the minute you are within the heart of purpose, the first thing you want to do is give what you love, what you're celebrating, to somebody else. And that's usually because it's got so many calories, if you will. So I want you, if you could, I know you've run across them, because I have people that come and you say, so what's your message? Or who's your audience? Because see, when I look at this show, when I sit in this chair, I don't picture me looking at you. I picture them looking at me. What's on their face? Are they sitting there going like this? What in the world is he doing?
Or are they in tune? Or they're like,
Or are
man,
they going,
I'm feeling this.
girl, shut up. You know I'm watching my show. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
then that tells me, that gives me an idea of what I need to do, not what I want to do, what I need to do to bring that to them, to see that look that I expect or hope to see on their face. How do you do it?
Well, remember this, guys. 5 words. Serve first, make him smile. So
what?
You've been mentioning the purpose, so I want to go off of this. Serve first, make him smile. Make God smile.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that.
I live by that rule, Lauren. And you know, what you need to do is the power of the win-win, the power of appreciation, the power of making everything work for everybody else. You need to create a community. It's all about community. You need to create a community and a movement of people that support you and you support them. And inside of that community, business just starts kind of happening. It's called a user-based business. And if you're not doing a user-based business right now, you better revert to one, because the world is the internet now, whether you like it or not. And even as things transition and businesses come back, brick and mortar comes back, broadcast is always going to be the front runner now. And so, boom, okay, then adversity and breakfast for all
Robert Brooker, super fan.
So shout out to Robert.
Right.
You know, basically, when you can create community that makes a difference, God's going to come in and wave his hand over that community. So you can create a difference yourself, but think about how many other people you can help create a difference and how much more of a difference you're creating because you're helping others create that difference.
Absolutely. That, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, it is a mindset. It truly is. But I don't believe, you know, if you Google ladder of success, show me a picture of an image of ladder of success, it always shows a bunch of people up above and below. That's a mindset of deception. We are not above or below anybody. We are supposed to be and stand beside each other. It's not the power of me, Marsha. It's the power of we. What we can do. This is a modern day stone soup experience. And you don't have to have bushels and truckloads of veggies. You can bring a pea pod that ain't even got any peas in it. I'll use it as a garnish if I have to. You see what I'm saying? But it is of value no matter what. So let me ask you, do you remember the first time you were butted up against an opportunity that was like, oh, this is almost too good to pass up, but something inside you said, something stank up in here. You started looking on the bottom of your shoes. Who stepped in something? You know, because it smelled like some straight up boo-boo. And so you had to make that decision. I remember that day. It was my biggest speaking opportunity ever. Payday. 3 days away, ticket was in hand, and they said something that I knew the minute they said it. Oh, shit. Here we go. And I had to tell them, you know what? The only way I will do what you just said, I actually told the woman this. And she goes, okay, because they tried to put a gag order on me. It was foster care. The governor was going to be there and all this. And don't talk about the trash bags. Don't talk about that. And as soon as she said that, I was like, hey, you can't put a collar on the truth. So I said, and you know what I told her? I said, okay, I won't talk about it if you can do me one thing. What's that? If you can materialize in my living room in the next 5 seconds as a burning bush and tell me not to do that. If you can't do that, then you need to find somebody else by Monday. Click them. That was that. And you know what? That very next day, I got my first international gig. And I believe that was a test. Tell me about that. How did that work for you? Because you know you heard them things going off. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I love that metaphor of the burning bush in the living room. I'm gonna steal that one from you, brother.
Go ahead.
I've had a lot of those situations happen in my life. What's up, Bradley? Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. I've had a lot of those situations happen in my life, and my dad always taught me. My dad always raised me. Going back to your guy there. Not all money is good money.
That's right.
And if you can't work with people where you can trust them enough to put $100 bill on the table and know that $100 bill is still going to be there, then don't work with them. Don't waste your time. Don't start it up. And I've had a lot of situations, and honestly, guys, you just got to keep your faith. And even though no matter how hard it gets, you just got to keep your faith, because I've had situations where I was getting in the 6-figure category of clients and consistent income, and all of a sudden something will happen and something just didn't work right. And somebody will, even though they made an obligation and you signed a contract and you're obligated to like some stuff, they don't care. They learn what they want to learn and they move on. They take what they need to take from you and they move on. And then, you know what? When that happens, I just pray, I keep my faith. And I'll tell you, man, when one door closes, God will open up multiple windows, multiple back doors, and as long as you have your faith and you're doing the right things with the gifts that you're given, it always, I don't care what happens, it always opens up a stronger, bigger, and better door.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had a client that I lost recently, and now I have a bigger crypto client that's in the 6-figure category. My client was 5 figures, and now I'm in the 6-figure category for the year with this new client. By the way, if anybody wants to know anything about cryptocurrency, you need to get involved with this situation. But we're building them a television network, a whole crypto information television network, and also giving back on how to live in Dominion. It's called Dominionaire TV. Okay. And that was a new client that came in. And after we were lied, and thank you for putting my website up there, by the way, ericzuley.com. You asked me
to go through all of them. We got about 2 minutes.
You asked me about my book earlier. In fact, guys, this is what I'd recommend you do. Check out my book, because I really put a lot of my moments, my situations, my story about how I almost died and my artery was severed. You can look really closely. You'll see there's a big scar on my arm right there. Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of spiritual situations, and I feel like I did die, and God brought me back to be an earth angel and help everybody else. And so my dream, going back to what I originally talked about, my dream was to do the whole Dick Clark thing. And now I'm being called the digital Dick Clark. Now I'm being put on ABC, Fox, NBC, CBS, Forbes, all these things that everything that you want to be on, that's a dream come true, you're on. I have endorsements from the biggest people in the world, from the co-founder of E! Entertainment to the former president of Sony and the former vice president of Warner Brothers. And I've just been around so many different things. And people like Sharon Lecter and Laurel Langmar and Frank Shankwitz and James Dentley and Alex Stern and Omar Perry and all these people, which are now my friends. A lot of them, I mean, Sharon Lecter's in my book. James Dentley's in my book. Mm-hmm. Kate Linder from Young and the Restless is in my book. These stars that really became my friends. Mm-hmm. So leaving you guys with this last piece of advice. Always start with the relationship first.
That's agreed.
And then find out how to turn relationship into relationship equity, and you will win. Oh. Keep God first, keep your faith, create the relationship, keep your relationship with him, and always keep him first, and you will always win.
There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. Great timing. I just finished my Morningstar Farm sausage on that note. And so
I'm getting hungry, man. I'm going to go get some breakfast now.
I am. I got so many different drinks, water and all this stuff, celery juice. So I want to say this to all of us here, including you, Eric, and all of you out there, and those of you who will watch the replay. Listen, all of what you've heard here and more is available to all. But never forget, as you get up every day and pick up the crayon of purpose, don't forget to stay within the lines of integrity. Doesn't matter what the picture looks like at the end. As long as you color within the lines and you color with a crayon of integrity, all will be well. Don't forget that. You have everything you need to do everything you came to this world to accomplish. Just believe in it. And when you can't believe in yourself, reach out and believe in what is greater than. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris. This is Eric ZULEY. Eric, thank you. I'm going to keep flashing your different connectors on the screen as we get out of here. This went way too fast, but I'll give you the opportunity. I'm going to offer you the turnstile invitation. Whenever you want to come back, just get at me and we'll make that happen. The same goes for any of you. If you have a compelling story, you want to do something to add to what we've started here today, let me know. Eric, final thought.
Mm-hmm.
You got one?
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, the main thing that I always leave people with is, keep God first, and all the doors will open up. But I mean, what are we dealing with right now? I think my final thought would be this: don't follow the media and what everybody's telling you that you need to be. Be your own person and do your research and find out what you need to be in your heart. There's a lot of things right now that's guiding people in a direction that they want you to go. And I think that people need to think for themselves. And so I want to leave everybody with that message, because I really see the world going a direction I wish it wasn't going. And I think that's because people aren't thinking for themselves. So do your research before you make a decision.
Amen. Couldn't have said it better, brother. Thank you so much, Eric. Eric, get
Check
out
out
there today.
TV. If you want to let me share my screen, I got it open there if anybody wants to take a look. And I want to get your show on our network, man. We'll give you some distribution. We'll put you
We'll get over there. I got to go because there's a show right behind me and I can feel the breath of it on my neck. So I'm going to say to you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Get out and be the blessing you'd like to see in the world. Be the gift you'd like to receive. We'll see you back here Monday morning, where my guest will be, Giadiah Smith. What a great story. And you guys get out. Have a wonderful weekend. Love up on everyone around you, including yourself. Start there first, and the rest will take care of itself. Eric, again, God bless you. I love you, man. We'll see you soon. We'll see you too. Bye-bye, y'all.
All right, bye, Lauren.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.